everyone. I hope you're doing well. So, I was thinking about a question that I had during my affair, and a question that comes up quite often with some of my clients is, did God send my affair partner? Now, I know that might sound like a crazy question, and you might not really understand how people could even fathom that, or how they could even think that God could possibly send an affair partner or send somebody, to you while you're married, send somebody else's spouse while you're married. And it does sound crazy to think that. And sometimes I think, why did I think that? But if you know the nature of infidelity and you realize the spirit behind it, so to speak, then it makes a lot of sense. So I want to tackle that question in this video, and if you have thought about this question, or you have heard your spouse say this, if you're the betrayed spouse and you heard your spouse mention it, then stick around and listen. This is my answer, is what I believe that God shared with me, and what He taught me from the Word of God, that is the real truth about what's going on. So let's get into it. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Stacy, and I'm an infidelity coach. I specialize in helping women who had an affair. I help them in their affair and overcome the destruction that infidelity has caused in their life, and help them find their way back to God and become the woman that God created them to be. So let's get into it. I got my notes handy, and okay. Infidelity is a time of confusion. You think you know what you want, but you're not 100% sure, and everything that you trusted at one time doesn't make sense anymore. It's different now. You think differently, you see things differently. So I believe it's just a state of confusion, and I believe that infidelity is sent from hell. It's straight from Satan. If you are a Christian, then you believe in God, then you know that we have an enemy, and his job, according to the Bible, is to kill, steal, and destroy. And what better way to do that than to send somebody into your life so he can destroy your marriage? So, when I say confusion, you might think, well, my marriage is bad. Okay, so my marriage is bad. I've been praying about it. My husband is mean to me. Now, let me first say this. I want to throw a disclaimer out there. If you are in an abusive relationship, I am by no means telling you to stay in an abusive relationship. Whatever you decide to do in your marriage and with your life is totally on your own and your own decision. I do not promote or approve of physical and mental abuse. I come from that, and I just don't believe that you should stay in a very abusive and toxic relationship. However, the relationships that I'm talking about, the marriages that I'm talking about, including my own, when I was having an affair, our husbands, we would say, well, he's a good man, he's a good dad, we just have problems, I'm alone, I'm bored, or there's many different reasons why women decide to cheat. But what I want to say is, it can get confusing, because if you are a Christian and you're praying to God for your marriage, and you're praying for your husband to change some behavior, or to pay attention to you, or recognize you, and nothing is working, and you feel like God's not answering your prayer, or it's been a long time and you're still stuck in the same situation, then when the affair partner shows up, it can become confusing, because you might be tempted to think, well, is God rescuing me from my marriage? Is he answering my prayer with someone else because he knows that my husband is not good for me, or he's not providing my needs, or things are not going well? So it's easy to think those things, and that kind of thinking reminds me of the same thoughts that Satan put in Eve's mind when they were in the garden, when he put a little bit of truth mixed in with a whole lie, and he confused her. It made her start thinking, well, did God really say that? She actually stopped, she talked to him, and then she actually stopped and thought about it. Well, did God really say, she thought about what he was telling her. So there is, a truth that, hey, your affair partner may be fulfilling some needs. He may be making you feel good right now, but that doesn't mean that he was sent from God. So my belief is that God will never, ever send you someone else's husband while you are married. And even if your affair partner is single, God will never send you someone while you are married. He doesn't work that way. So to really get to the bottom of this question and to really help bring some comfort in this question and to change your perspective, we have to first ask ourselves, do I believe that God is trustworthy? Can I believe that the Word of God is true and He means what He says, He does what He says, and this is how He feels about what's going on in my life, what's going on in the world, and everything around me? That's one thing you have to get clear on when you are asking God for answers, when you are searching for answers in this time of confusion. Because if you're not clear on what you believe about God and what His Word says, then you will stay in that confusion. So ask yourself that, is God's Word my say all, my be all? Even if your behavior is different, okay? Your behavior, yes, you're having an affair, so you're not acting the way that you should, but you need to ask yourself, what do I really believe about God? Do I really believe His Word is true? And if you say, yes, I do believe His Word is true, that's when you can take this next verse that I'm giving you and say, okay, you're right. God did not send my affair partner. This is bad. This is not a relationship that God is obligated to bless or to keep going, because it didn't come from Him. So let's look at Mark chapter 10. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one split apart. So God is saying, okay, when you get married, I have joined you together. Let no one split you apart. So when He's saying that, He's saying, you don't have to worry. I'm not going to send someone to split you apart from what I have joined together. So I blessed your marriage. You're Christians, you're married, you love me, you're serving me. I'm not going to send you, the worship leader as your new husband or anything like that. That's not coming from me. I'm not the author of that. That is from Satan. That is to come to destroy your life. So that verse right there is why I believe that God will never send you your affair partner. He did not come from God. Okay, let me just say that to you. I don't care how good He makes you feel. I don't care how many needs you think that He provides for you. He did not come from heaven. It's not godly. It's not going to last. It's built on lies, deception, destruction. It's just, the whole relationship doesn't have a good foundation. So what we have to do is we have to, like I said, ask ourselves, what do we believe about the Word of God? And when you can say, if you can honestly say, hey, yeah, I believe that what God said is true. If God is saying He doesn't want anybody to split up a marriage, then why would He send me an affair partner? Okay, He didn't. So now I need to evaluate this relationship I'm in and ask myself, is this the kind of relationship that I want to be in? Where is this going? If this didn't come from God, then it must have come from Satan. So if that's the fact, then it's designed to destroy my life, and I need to get out. Even if it feels good, even if it's hard, even if it's painful to break it off, I still need to get out, because it was sent to destroy me. It's not sent to protect me. It's not sent to fulfill me. It's really sent to destroy me. It's all a deception. So we need to think about those things and really make some good decisions where our future is concerned. The next thing I want to say is that recognizing that when we get to this point where we are asking God or asking other people and find ourselves angry with God, did you send me this affair partner? Why would you send me this affair partner and take him away? Why would you do this? I can't believe you allowed this into my life. When we get to that stage and we're saying those things and we're feeling angry, we have to stop for a moment and recognize that we're in the anger stage of grief. And when we get into the anger stage of grief, we want to blame. We want to blame our husbands. We want to blame everybody even God, for allowing us to go through this pain. Like, I can't believe you let me go through this pain. And what we really need to do is we need to stop, take a break, and take some responsibility for our own actions, our own decisions, and go back into time when we were tempted on the threshold of infidelity, about to make that cross over. We had a choice. There's no one to blame but ourselves for what we have done. We have decided to get into a relationship with a married man. We have decided to let our hearts fall in love with someone who doesn't belong to us. It's no one's fault. It's not God's fault. If we are in this painful grief stage and this painful situation, this is because of a bad choice that we made. And when we can honestly take responsibility for what we did, we can take back our power and take back control over our own lives, because we can say, hey, I made a choice to get into the affair. I can make a choice to get out of the affair, and none of it has to do with emotions. It's all about making a choice. So, okay, that is my quick little video on answering a question that I get asked a lot. And I wanted to let you guys know, if you have any questions, if you feel comfortable leaving them down in the comments below, please do so. If not, feel free to email me any questions you may have, and I can shoot you an email back. I can, also make another video on it. Check the description box below, and you can find out information on how to work with me one-on-one if you need help ending your affair, or if you have ended it and you still find yourself struggling with grief and with the fact that I miss him. I keep going back. I can't stop thinking about him. I don't know what I want to do. I want to move on, but I can't. If you feel stuck, shoot me an email, or go to my website and you can sign up for a free chat, and we can take it from there. So I pray that everyone has a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.